Hello, I'm Rowan, and I'm playing Gonzalo in the Tempest. I've been in the company quite some considerable time, and I've been in almost every Shakespeare we've had, and I just absolutely adore and love them so much, and I love Shakespeare in total. And I've seen the Tempest a fair few times, and it's possibly the show that I've seen the most. And it's odd because when Stage 2 did the Tempest last time round, that was the show many years ago, that was the show that encouraged me to join, so I feel like it's all become full circle now, which is nice. It's a lovely feeling. But I'm just ecstatic because it's possibly, of all the plays Shakespeare's ever done, it's possibly the one most open to interpretation, and we've only just started properly blocking it, but at the same time I can see a day doesn't go past, well, a day of rehearsal doesn't go past when I don't think, oh no, that's clever, I like that, I've never seen it done like that before. But just the way that the words and the text itself could just be twisted in order to make these fantastic bits of drama that you would never have thought of developing beforehand. It's fantastic, and it's a sort of real love affair with this play more than anything else, because it's got nearly everything. It's if it had twins and maybe, I don't know, rings or whatever else, that it would basically be maybe, well, it's got mad old men obviously, but it would basically sort of fill the entire criteria for everything that Shakespeare loves. When playing Gonzalo, it's an odd thing really, because we're playing him as not quite so old as you might see him classically interpreted, but we're really emphasising the wise element of it. I saw a recent production where he was sort of quite dippy and sort of slightly lost and confused almost all the time, which is an interpretation and it does work incredibly well, but at the same time it's nice to have that sort of unsettling dynamic with Sebastian and Antonio, or Antonio as it is now, where there's sort of this level of distrust. Gonzalo as a person is sort of trying to bring the whole sort of group of what he thinks are the only survivors of the wreck left, and the king is obviously distraught because of the loss of his son, and in a small way the loss of his daughter as well, in Tunis, and therefore Gonzalo sort of makes it his mission to sort of bring the king back to health and therefore be happy and sort of, you know, functional, and also take control of the situation, because at the same time Antonia, who we already knows to have supplanted her sister, sorry, is scheming with Sebastian in order to overtake Alonso and then sort of make one huge Naples-Milan state, which would have been incredibly powerful, especially at that point in Renaissance Italy. And it would just, the sort of, it's weird really, because one of the things I always thought the Tempest was about was, especially surrounding these characters and Prospero himself, was taking otherwise sort of noble, regal characters that wouldn't interact with anything else, wouldn't even interact with the poor or anything like that, and putting them in an entirely new context, and sort of, in a way it sort of rings true in things like Lord of the Flies, when you take public school boys of sort of educated, and we are the bastions of British civilization, and then leave them a minute and they'll try and kill each other, and that's sort of what you see happening on the island here, because Stefano and Trinculo are sort of planning, oh, we shall be the rulers of this kingdom and we shall be kings ourselves, whereas over here they're thinking, yes, we can get away with murder, yeah, no one will stop us, we're on an island. And that's sort of the danger to the danger aspect of most of our scenes, and of course at the same time we're sort of being confused and wrong-footed by all the aerials who are at this point not magic but are indeed natives of the isle, which has a great sort of, it's fantastic when you sort of see it and you think about it, because it sort of shows the impact that Europe and the West had at that point in, you know, further on to the eastern territories they didn't quite understand, and that's the whole sort of excitement of the aerials in a way, this sort of, God, what was that? Was that magic? Was that not? It's such a beautiful mess of confusion, and at the same time it's terror for our characters, but also a weird sense of delight and wonderment, because it is something new.